let's see what Ross is up to.
Hi there. How you doing? So yeah, thought I would get a little bit of a start on the Huskies, but it's still too cold to spend too much time down here. It's actually above zero now, which is a nice change, but it's only like 7 degrees Celsius, and just in that passageway there's a breeze that comes through, which makes it feel like it's zero again. So I'll do a few things. I've just bought some parts, and the parts have arrived, and I just wanted to show you what those parts were. This is the bike I'm going to sell. Lovely old original bars. They're steel and they're straight. They're totally straight. Mind you, quite rusty, so I'll do a little bit of a clean up on it. When I was restoring a Husqvarna 500 automatic back in the UK, I got a lot of my stuff through HVA Factory. HVA is the abbreviation for Husqvarna, and HVA Factory is based in England, and it's a outfit that's run by a guy named Andy Elliots, and he knows so much about old Husqvarnas, and he's got a massive range of parts available. So Andy's like, if I ever got any issues with anything or I don't know stuff, I can always ask Andy. And then there's of course some forums that you can get a lot of info from as well. One of the parts that I found at HVA Factory, bought from Andy Elliots while I was restoring the first Husqvarna I worked on, were some foot pegs that he makes for them, which are kind of in the more modern style. So they're really quite wide, they got kind of chunky teeth, and of course when these wear down a little bit, because they're steel, you can just get a file and sharpen them up a bit so that you get extra life out of your foot pegs. And if you can come down here, I'll show you. So the factory foot pegs, I guess they're like, what's that, 30 centimeters, like an inch maybe wide, and these ones are at least double as wide, so double the width, and they're even a little bit longer, and they have these lovely big holes here, which is great for when you get mud build up on your shoes, it falls out on your boots. So yeah, they will be very good. Again, not on this bike, but on the other bike. So my bike is without a chain, so I had to get a chain for that, and I got a nice gold O-ring chain, which will not only work really well, but I like the gold look, and the gold will match the the gold of the forks and the rims. So yeah, it's a good fit for that. And the last piece that I got that I'm going to put on first will be this brake pedal. So this is a real heavy duty style upgrade that you can do to your old Huskies. Again, this is from HVA Factory, Andy's guys. And yeah, it's a lovely billet aluminium foot peg with nice chunky pedal part there with sharp teeth so that your boots don't slip off. And it's even actually replaceable, so you can unbolt that and put a new one on if you ever need to. So and again, I'll get you to come around the other side and I'll show you a comparison between the stock brake pedal and this upgrade thing. Come over. So this is the standard brake pedal, and whilst it's completely functional, compare the two. This is the standard one and this is the aftermarket one. This thing is just so much more durable. It's way stronger. The brake pedal part is actually much wider, and again, back in the day, I suppose this was considered adequate. A little pedal part there with no teeth or anything, just that little turned up piece at the end, and then the skinny foot peg. So yeah, imagine this being there with the lovely new foot peg there. It's going to be very safe and practical. See, these bars are in much better shape. Still a little bit rusty there. Wow, this has been on here so long, the hand grip is like melted. Crazy. So I've actually got a new one of these throttles, so I'm going to put this throttle on the other bike, which is missing, and then I'll put my new throttle on here. I've got a new seat cover coming. This one's actually in pretty good shape, but you can feel that it's stiff. So the slightest bump and that would just crack because the vinyl has gone hard, and it won't last in that condition. And yeah, I turned upside down. I found that the seat pan, which is the base of the seat, has huge cracks in it. So there's a big crack that goes all the way down there, which means it's going to be loose and potentially unsafe. So I have to see if the seat base on the other bike is better, and if it is, I'll just swap them over. Otherwise, I'll have to buy a new seat base. The foam is probably okay. The cover is not, so a new one's coming. The seat base I've already tried looking for, and they're not easy to find. So I hope I can get by without that being an issue. And I'm mostly just cleaning this so that when I start pulling things apart, that I don't get covered in rot.
Are you going to keep that bottom bit?
Yeah,
the one you're
Mouthguard,
cleaning
yep.
now? Yeah.
Yep. Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually in pretty good shape. And the other, because I think these manufacturer's stickers are so cool. They're actually like vintage. You can't get these anymore. So, you know, this is like, that keeps part of the original, you know, 1981 vibe about it. I love it.
Do you think the Mouthguard is the original one?
Yeah, yep. I think on both of the bikes, they haven't been ridden very hard. They just weren't looked after, that's the thing. So nothing about them screams abuse. It's just more neglect, really. Maybe the fourth time I've done a seat recover, and yeah, it's a lot easier than I used to think it was. So if you ever want to do something low cost to your bike that makes it a really big difference, change your seat cover. If you've got some rips or it looks a bit daggy or, you know, faded or just grotty, get a new seat cover. A new seat cover and a set of new plastics, and you can make any bike look 150% better. So that's come up a lot better than it was. This sticker started peeling off, but it looks like it's been peeling off for a while. I really like it. Malcolm Smith, I remember him from when I was riding as a kid. So I want to keep that. So I think I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there and to stick it down. And yeah, I'll keep that Mouthguard because there's nothing wrong with it. Especially the vintage stickers, I can't get them anymore and I think they look cool. So there you go, my friend. So imagine that being on the bike with a new seat cover, which will basically look the same as this. But the seat cover I got slightly modified because I like the look of them. So the production bikes that were being sold in shops were this model. So, you know, this is the seat cover they had. And then when they had the race teams competing in motocross events in Europe, the bikes would look a little bit special. So they might have Husqvarna written there, or they might not, but sometimes they had it written across here, or maybe they just had the Husqvarna logo. So the seat cover I've got is kind of like an old factory seat. So it's got Husqvarna there, but it also has the Husqvarna logo, which is a really nice kind of H, big H in a circle. So it'll be white on the black background with the Husqvarna at the back there. Yeah, I think it's going to be nice. So I've got to take this off. It's actually solid, no cracks, none of that tape that was made me suspect something was up before. I just kind of do a bunch of those, and then I grab my pliers and I pull them out, one staple at a time. Okay, just pulled all the staples out of the other one, and it is equally grotty underneath. I feel that, I should be okay.